What it do, y'all? It's your boy Beantown Spins, man. Back with another one. You already know we always in the building. In this video, we're just gonna be going over some of the bad waiver habits that I know a lot of y'all waivers are doing that we need to get rid of ASAP. The first waiver habit that you just gotta get rid of and just stop doing is that not wearing your do-rag. You're always gonna hear that. It doesn't matter what waiver video you watch or you listen to. We're gonna be telling you need to wear your do-rag. And it's a bad habit because even me, I'm guilty of it sometimes. You know, when I take my rag off and I let my hair breathe, which is cool. You could always take your rag off, let your hair breathe, whatever the case may be. But you always want to remember to rag back up. You want to rag back up to save progress after you was brushing. It's a part of the training progress and just to maintain and lay down your waves. You even need to wear your do-rag while you're in the shower. When you're taking a shower, you need to be wearing your do-rag because if you don't, it's gonna cause frizz and it's gonna make it even harder to lay your waves down. You know what I'm saying? After you get out the shower, whatever the case may be. So why not just break the habit of not wearing your do-rag and wear your do-rag? Another bad habit that us waivers just gotta break: cutting too low, man. Cutting too low. Cutting too low is a bad habit because it's just the fact that when you cut low, you're doing a lot of couple things. One, you are losing definition and you're losing depth. We always say when it comes to cutting, you know, you want to make sure you're always at curl length because the curls is what your waves are. So if you're not at curl length, you ain't really gonna have waves, or you're gonna have very, you know, what some people call them shadow waves, where you can't see them like that. And that's just what it is. You like to cut low and keep your waves at that length. I'm not the one to tell you how you want your waves to be looking. If you want to cut low and, you know, have like them faint waves, I mean, cool. But if you are one of those people who cut low and then be like, man, I don't know what's up with my wave, like, that's your problem right there. You're cutting too low. You got hair texture like mine, coarse hair, medium hair. You want to stay at that 2 length, stay at that curl length, and you're gonna be good. Staying at the curl length and staying where we need to be when we get a cut, so we can be happy with our waves if we want to, you know, reach that elite level or get close to being elite. Another bad habit we gotta break is over wolfing. So in a lot of videos, a lot of my wave videos, I talk about wolfing, over curling. And I think that when y'all hear, oh, you need to be wolfing or something, maybe especially if you're a beginner, you just think like you just gotta keep all this hair on your head and you gotta keep trying to mat it down, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Nah, we gotta break that habit of over wolfing and over curling and know when it's time to go and get that cut, start over. We don't have to extend these crazy wolves 3 months, whatever, because what's gonna happen is you gonna get a cut and then you ain't really gonna see a difference, but it's gonna be because you over wolf too much, bro. You did it way too much. Didn't really gain any progress. You gotta understand the fine line between it's time to get a cut or I can keep going. I got videos on over curling and over wolfing if you need to check that out and if you need pointers on that. So check those videos out after that. My favorite one would have to be blind brushing. Blind brushing / brush angles, I would say, because a lot of people would try to fight and defend and go against, oh, blind brushing is fine and all that. And it just depends. My thing on blind brushing is if you are trying to be elite, if you are trying to avoid forks, like if you are very serious about your waves, you're not blind brushing, bro, because there's a lot of different things that could go wrong with blind brushing. So for me personally, when I first started out, I was blind brushing and I realized that had messed up my left side. Like I struggle with my left side. Y'all notice in a lot of my videos, I'm talking about my left side and all that. Left side got a lot better. By the way, I'll give y'all a wave update soon. Your brush angles / blind brushing is what is taking you longer to reach that elite level. Because at the end of the day, especially if you're using different brushes and all this type of stuff and you're blind brushing, brushes are shaped different. You got curved brushes, you got straight brushes. all that while blonde brushing, bro, there's no way you're going to tell me you know where them bristles are going and how your motion is going. One turn of your hand, one slight of a, you know what I'm saying, incorrect brush stroke can make all of the difference in you getting multiple forks and you know what I'm saying, just not getting your pattern right. The best way for you to understand your brush angles is by mirror brushing. So that is a habit we got to break if we are serious about our 360 waves and we are trying to get right. If you feel what I'm saying, like the video, man, because all I do is give game. Bad habit that we gotta break is using bad brushes. Now, what I mean by that is we're not intentionally or purposely using bad brushes, but come on, bro. We got a lot of old brushes on deck, and I hope y'all ain't still using y'all old brushes. For example, I always got these two brushes in my collection and all of my other videos, but I don't use these because these are very old, very loose, and just not strong. And as you can see, it's not a good brush. And you're using these weak, outdated brushes that you have, it's just not, it's not gonna give you any pull, it's not gonna give you any progress, and nothing is going to happen. Break the habit of using any random brush or just any brush you come across and just, it's a brush. Because at the end of the day, we all say, oh, just get a brush, any brush, any brush. And we need to be more specific about what we're saying. Get any brush that is a good, strong, new, usable brush. Washing styles, man. Washing styles. Break the bad habit of not doing washing styles. I know we all know of washing styles, but I know for a fact we ain't all doing washing styles. Because if we were, we still wouldn't be having these issues. I say it all the time when it comes to washing. Have a wash schedule, wash 2 times a week at least, because the washing style is what is going to really help lay your waves down. It's just the easiest way to lay your waves down, and it is one of the most crucial times to make progress on your 360 waves. So let's make sure we do our washing styles. And lastly, another one I touch on sometimes is combing. Let's break the habit of not combing and just thinking we can get away with not combing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not comb once every month. Once I say comb, once a day. Break the habit of thinking you can just comb every once in a blue, because that ain't the case. There's levels to waving. If you're watching this video and you're like, yo, I'm trying to get waves like Beantown Spins, or you're trying to get waves like whoever, your favorite waver you watch, best believe they combing. You gotta comb to really reach that elite level to break the forks. So if you're just brushing and you just thinking you're doing everything else besides combing, yeah, you're gonna have some waves, but you're always gonna run into that issue like where you're just unsatisfied. Your waves, you like your waves, but then you see somebody else's waves and you're like, I want my waves like that. And it's like, they're doing everything they need to be doing, bro. And that includes combing. So combing is one of the things that I believe really gets overlooked, and a lot of people don't realize that's why they got forks, or that's why maybe it's taking longer to break forks with just brushing, because you could also use a comb to try to, you know, crack that fork and get that fork up out of there. It's a lot of different things that you can do that I just think as a waver, it get overlooked. And that's why I decided to make this video and let y'all know that we need to be breaking these habits. I ain't really want to call them mistakes, because they're not really mistakes. They are what they are. They just bad habits, because we know what we're supposed to do. And if we don't do it, it's not a mistake. That's just on us being lazy or whatever it is, which ultimately is just a habit. You have a habit of forgetting the way you do, right? You have a habit of, you know what I'm saying, not doing this. You have a habit of knowing you're supposed to do this at this time and you don't do it. So again, I was just here to tell y'all, as wavers, especially if you're trying to reach the elite status, these are the habits that you need to be breaking if you want to have some tough waves. Alright, if you got any value out of this video, as always be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment on the way out. It's your boy Beantown Spins. We always in the building.